is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Garbear Fitness. Today I'm filming inside my car. As you guys know, I always try and do little different backdrop scenarios when I'm doing my vlogs. Sometimes I try and be outdoors, indoors, somewhere different. And I had this that suction cup thing you put up on your dashboard, your window, whatever, for your GPS. And the last one I had, I actually broke going to Tampa with my friend because I tried ripping it off the wrong way. So I ordered a new one. Had this one sitting here for a couple months and, figured, fuck it, why not use it? So today's discussion is going to be talking about making your own decisions in life. But I do want to kind of update where I'm at with my fitness and things like that. So as you guys know, I work out at like 3 in the morning. I mentioned it in my other videos, and I mentioned it on my Instagram as well when I post stuff. And I weighed in yesterday, and I weighed in at 179.4. So I was so fucking happy because I was at 177, and I thought I was kind of like just, bumped up maybe like half a pound, and then kind of capped out at gaining weight and everything. And then, would have been super slow. And then I weighed in yesterday. I'm like, holy fuck, and it's crazy because these past couple of days, like the past 2 weeks, like I've been feeling like a lot more full in my clothes. I've been feeling really good, like my weight and like lifting weight wise, I've been getting stronger. So I'm super happy there, guys. Food wise, it's been kind of hard still, obviously, to get the food down, but my diet's been on point and everything. And that's one of the key factors in growing, guys, is just being consistent with it. And I always have people message me, and now at this point, and they're like, how'd you get in such good shape? How long have you been training and stuff? I'll actually be posting a transformation photo because I found a photo of me when I was 17 after my first year of training, and I took a selfie yesterday in the gym. So I'll probably be posting that in the next couple of days, guys. But I've been training now. Come December, I've been training for about 8 years. So it's been a long time, but generally my body, I would definitely have to say genetic wise and how I train has been more conditioned and in the muscle versus kind of just bulking up, I've always had a very slim and lean body frame. And other than that, with my metabolism, it's always been a hard journey to put on weight, but it's kind of like now, like holy shit, I'm almost at my goal weight, which is 180, and then, my next goal weight, my milestone will be 190. So I'll kind of be talking about my, past experiences and what is the word? It's not trifles. It's, I don't remember the word. I'll use the word struggles. So my past struggles that I've been going through, in the past years to get to where I am now. Definitely not where I want to be, but I love what I've done for myself, and I think everybody should do that. Find something they enjoy doing and, use it to develop themselves as a better person and character. So, today's discussion, making your own decisions. So as you know, like whenever I'm going through, daily life things, work, go to the market, whatever, things like that. I always either, looking at quotes, having discussions with people, talking to people in person, just random people. And I always try and pay attention to things closely because I can use those for discussions and videos. And the reason I brought up today's topic, because I was just thinking about like different points in my past life on how I've grown from a little kid, like preteen to 24 now. And I was thinking the past couple of days about like when you're a kid and you always think like adults are right and everything. Like adults are almost like quote godlike figures because you feel like everything they do is right, and when you're in trouble you're always wrong. And that's just kind of how it is until you start learning to think for yourself as a young adult. Well, I'm a twin. I probably haven't mentioned that in a lot of my videos, and I don't have a lot of photos with my brother because he actually lives in New York. But we talk, every couple days or so. And but growing up, obviously my mom as the adult figure in my life, we always felt that she was right. But by around 12 or 13, around the time where they have that rebellious teen phase, you start kind of questioning things like, oh, why should I do this? Why should I do this way? Like, why can't I do it my way, So mom and I, over, from age 13 to about 21, always had issues. We never got along very well. We always had arguments and stuff here and there. My brother and her got along a lot more, but I was that rebellious kid, and I felt that, my way was the right way, and I wasn't going to do it any other way. And it's kind of like that person developed who I was today because, I've always had that attitude with things, and I'm not promoting to have that attitude, but that's just kind of the way I am, I feel like, if something should be done a certain way, then that's the way it needs to be done, anyway, we don't live together anymore, obviously, a story for another day. Things didn't work out there. But as I got older, people would always have certain ways of telling you that you need to do things and constructing the way you build your life. Like growing up when I was younger, everything was about school, reading, play the video games. It's very hot in this car. So if you guys hear that noise, it's probably my AC. I actually like that better open. It was a little too bright there. Growing up, like that was my focus, and my focus was always geared towards like, the future, like the next 10, 20, 30 years, and I could never live in the present. But having that kind of focus and being raised like that, my mom was making a lot of decisions. People around me are making decisions for me, and as you get older, you're kind of like, well, why can't I make my own decisions? And that's kind of when you get to the point in life, you start thinking like, maybe I need to start living by myself. Maybe I need to start doing these things on the side so that I don't have to live this way anymore. And you'll find so many factors around you trying to contribute into making the decisions and the roles you play in life. Whether it's jobs, careers, hobbies, after school activities, late night activities, nightlife, things like that. And a lot of these factors will try and influence you in doing what they feel is right. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of just realize, like, fuck that. Like, I'm just, you're just going to do what you want, and you start realizing as you get older, even though I'm not very old, but as I've gotten older, you realize, like, if you continue to live like that, at a certain point, you're going to be like, fuck, like, you're going to start, all right, so you're going to continue living like that. And I'm always a big believer on you are who your closest friends are. Like, you are what you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with those kind of people who are always telling each other how to live their lives and actually doing it, and then you interact with someone who's freelancing, like I would say a freelance lifestyle, you're going to kind of step back and be like, wow, like that's so different, that's weird. But then you're going to kind of realize, like, wow, fuck, like I could have, done this differently. Like I didn't have to live by this system, this constructed system by my whole life, and have people around me telling me how to live and everything. So you start to get, as you get older, you'll kind of realize, like, holy shit, like here's these things I could have done that, if I hadn't listened to my mom or my dad or, my teacher or my advisor or my boyfriend or girlfriend, I could be in a better situation than I am, or than I am currently, or than I was previously, and like I could have avoided certain things, but you can't go through regret with things. Like, things always happen for a reason, and I think we're given life situations to develop us and to test our characters and strength. But like when it comes down to like making your own decisions, you kind of just got to realize, like, how is it going to better and influence you, So like I'll give you a scenario, and it comes back to fitness as usual. So when I make my food, guys, I eat very, very bland. Like, I literally just make my rice, my chicken, leave my potatoes whole, and I just throw it in a container and go. Like, I eat over 6,000 calories a day, guys. Some days I may hit like 58, 5,900, but generally I'm around like 6,400 a day. But you're always gonna have people around you like, oh, like, why do you eat like that? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? So a lot of times I don't season my food, and there's two reasons why. The first reason generally is, like, when I eat food, honestly, I like the way the food tastes. So like when I eat hamburgers or french fries and stuff, I don't like ketchup and all that crap all over it. I like I just like the way food tastes generally by itself. And sometimes I just won't season it. Sometimes I'll throw a little bit of salt and pepper, Mrs. Dash, stuff like that on there. But I generally just eat food the way it is. And because I make so much, I also don't have time to, like, just, make everything look like pretty and dandy. Like, food for me at this point, I know through the disciplines I've been through and the years of training I have, and where I want to go with my body and, business and things like that. It's kind of like, it's not like I eat to grow. I don't eat to enjoy it. And that may sound hard or weird for some people, but that's just a mindset I've constructed for myself. So I enjoy my cheat meals more because those are meals I actually do enjoy, but I eat the food I eat for the nutrients, like I eat to grow. I love the way I look, I love the way I feel, so that's just how I eat. So people are always asking me, like, why do you eat like this? Why do you eat like this? And it comes down to, like, it's my decision. People are like always like, oh, you should eat burgers and fries more. It's like, I could eat McDonald's every day of the week if I wanted to. It's just I don't eat it, people are like, well, you should go out and party more, you should do this and that more. And, there's always things like you think about, like, maybe I could do this or try that. Like, it's very good to be inquisitive and thoughtful about other people's opinions around you, but people are always going to tell you how you should live your life and the decisions that you should make it's going to be what betters them, you know? Because you're always kind of like, sometimes like, why do people keep telling me to do this? But I feel like what I'm doing right now is right, you know? And you got to kind of step back and realize that people are going to tell you what to do in the sense of what's going to benefit them, you know? And we're kind of in a generation today. I was actually talking to the girl, Mercy, one of the ladies that works behind the desk at Iron Religion, yesterday when I was working out. And it goes down to this generation is just kind of very selfish. And it's crazy because I've had, you know, people who are like, he's like the guy that's like my dad, Keith in Illinois, or my mom always tell me like, oh, you know, you guys are so selfish, this generation. You guys have no selflessness and caring for others and things like that. And it's very interesting because now that I've kind of like viewed it like people's traits, and you know, you interact with other people, you know, whether you have things with women or you know, if you guys have boyfriends or whatever, you know, you have girlfriends, relationships, friends, whatever, you kind of realize like, oh shit, like how much people will do things that better themselves and that will make them happy in the moment, you know. And I understand why, and we're all like that, is because we're in a generation where we're trying to figure out what makes us happy, you know, and what makes us happy is obviously putting time into ourselves, doing what we enjoy. But a lot of times you won't realize that those characteristic traits rub off when you're speaking to other people and you feel like people should be doing the things that you want them to do, you know. And you kind of got to just realize that like there's going to be so many influencing factors coming in, and you just have to make sure that at the end of the day that whatever decisions you make are your decisions. And they're going to put you in a better place and situation, and obviously not negatively influence or affect you or other people. So that's just kind of the message I wanted to get today, guys. If you guys realize when you watch my videos, and I realize it too, all my topics tie in together. So it's really interesting. Like I was looking at my list. I have an Excel sheet of like list of videos I've done and list of topics I want to talk about, and they all like tie in together. It's really interesting. So like if you watch my videos, like there's always a little segment that I mentioned somehow that's in the previous video. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. It's Sunday today. I think it's like going on 4 o'clock. I've had a late start today. I got to go pick up some fruits and vegetables and things like that. Garbear Fitness, checking out, guys. Stay shredded. If you're looking for online coaching, fitness apparel, or nutrition guides, garbearfitness.com. Still working on getting these joggers and leggings out hopefully by the end of October. If I have to push it towards November, I will, but I just want to make sure everything's done right. And there's actually a couple processes of things that I do have to get done first before I start printing the logo and everything onto the leggings and joggers. If you guys have any questions, comments, concern, you can shoot me a message at Watson Alexander. That's my Instagram. All my social media will be in the description box below. Stay shredded and keep making these life gains.